Hey, fam, it's your man Dante, the Dark Knight, and we are doing the play-by-play. Our Philadelphia Eagles and the Giants quarterback Tyler finds a man over the middle of the field, and it's a first down. So you're watching the game with me. Let me go share this broadcast. Um, Everybody on YouTube and Facebook, nobody's in there yet. Let me go see. All right, make sure you share this. Yo, what's up, JT? Yo, make sure you guys share this with your people. I am doing so right now, so just bear with me. You see what's going on. You don't need me to explain, so you see what's going on. Uh, uh, all right, Sam Reddick, baby. That's the jersey I got on right now. We need to see a more of Hassan Reddick. He's been missing, not totally missing, because he did make the Pro Bowl, but not as nearly successful as he was um, last year, right? So make sure you go and share this. Here we go. 3rd and 13. Let's see if they get off the field. Tyrod Taylor throws it way down. Oh, is that going to be a pass? Oh, there's no flag. All right. So Tyrod Taylor, I believe his name is. He went for it all. Receiver was covered by Ricks. They kind of got tangled up, but yeah, it should not have been a flag. He did tug on the jersey, but nothing that would prompt me to say that he needed to be flagged for that. So our defense does get off the field, man. That's a encouraging sign right there. And we're going to see our offense take the field and see what they get into um, coming out of the gate. And like I said in the pregame, man, we need to see a good showing by our offense, man, by our team, period, because there's still something to play for. There's definitely still something to play for. We can possibly win. I know he's like, I don't want to see this game. And you don't want to see this game. We got to see it. I hope you're an Eagles fan. You're saying that. Um, yeah, we got to see it because we the hope is that we can see something that we can hang our hat on going into the playoffs. Because I know you're looking at it just like I'm looking at it. Like realistically, if we don't see anything different than what we've seen the past 5 weeks, there's nothing for us to be watching for. If we don't see anything different than what we've seen the past 5 weeks, what are we watching the playoffs for? We know what the outcome is. We know what the end of this movie is going to look like. There's no suspense if we don't see anything. If this team performs like it did last week, there's no need to watch the rest of the movie. We know what it is. So we need to see this, and they need to come out and show and play like they have some pride. Because number one, there's still something to play for. We can still possibly win the division. And number two, who the hell wants to go into the playoffs looking like that? Like pride has to kick in at some point. I'm telling you, this team has surprised me with some of the adjectives, like I said, that's been used in the last 5 weeks. Soft, no hunger, no fight, undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? Undisciplined. So they need to come out and show their professionalism, their will to win. Because as we can see, there is no on and off switch for this team. This team is not good enough to even consider or think that they could turn it on and off. Because if that's the case, please turn it on and show us that it's even on, because we haven't seen on in a long time. All right, here's Jalen 1st and 10. And a shotgun. Takes the snap. Has a man underneath. Zacchaeus. Oh, no, Watkins. Wow. Watkins sighting. All right, we may be in trouble already. If we are, if we're going to Watkins this early, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know how I feel about Watkins, but so I guess that can be considered creative, throwing the ball to Watkins, but we can't we can't place too much hope in that. Jalen hands it off. There's Gainwell. Gainwell picks up the 2 for the first down. I don't know. I didn't go over the inactives today, so I'm not sure. I saw something in the comments in the pregame saying that Swifty may not play. I'm not sure. The offensive lineup is Jordan Mailata, Landon Dickerson, Jason Kelsey, Cam Jurgens, and Lane Johnson. Kenneth Gainwell, Goddard, A.J. Brown, Zacchaeus, and I forget the other. I didn't see the other one. So no Devontae Smith. And he hands it off to Kenny Gainwell. Kenny Gainwell picks up about 2. Just that long speech just to say we might be in trouble. Yeah, we may be in trouble. So, you know, there's no, I don't think there's going to be any Swifty. So we still need to see the running game, though. I don't think we. All right, Jalen fakes the handoff. He's flushed out to the left, and he throws it away. So that play didn't look. Don't get me wrong. I don't expect every play to look to be successful, but it, as we have seen with this offense, there's a certain look to this team where you can tell when things are changing. I mean, because we've seen this team play bad for so long that we can tell early on, like, all right, this is no different. And I don't want to. Here's 3rd and 8. Jalen Hurts in the shotgun. Takes the snap. There's a bit, and there's the pressure. He rolls to the right. He's looking. He has nothing. And it's incomplete. So on our first possession, there is a not 3 and out, because we did gain a first down, but nothing that looks different. Nothing that looks different. Now, last year in this situation, I wouldn't be alarmed. Excuse me, because we would, we will be playing to go into the playoffs and not be willing to expose a lot, right? But in this, there's a missed tackle on the return. They do get him down to the ground, but a missed tackle. The initial defender missed the first tackle. But, yeah, like last year, this last game, we weren't trying to expose a lot. This situation here, though, I don't know if we have that same luxury, right? And I don't think that we are that explosive that we can afford to not show anything. Like, come on. We need to do whatever we need to do to be successful in offense, to put some points up. It's no time to be conservative, close to the vest. Because I'm gonna tell you that is not going to get us anywhere, and it's not going to get us anywhere faster. It is not. So, we don't have that luxury like last year being 13, 13-3 going into the last week. We are 11-5. This team is leaking oil badly. So, come out and try to get on track. Because we're not going to be. We're going to be playing next week no matter what, right? We're going to be playing no matter what. So I would prefer you go for winning the game and feeling good about yourselves, right? Than trying to play anything close to the vest and hoping that this team comes out uh, with a fire lit under them next week. I think if you want the team to come out with a fire lit under them next week, you're going to have to start that fire this week and let it burn throughout the week. I don't think we can come in cold and expect to light the fire next week. Yeah, Colin says, hey, what happened to RPO and running the ball like weeks 1 through 5? And I made that case. That's the case I was trying to make in the pregame, Colin. Like early on in the season, that's what we did, and we need to get back to that. We need to understand that is our path to winning or having any type of extended run in the playoffs. We got to get back to that. I know what we looked like last year, but we're not that team. Our defense isn't that team that you can score all quick. No, we need to keep the ball out of the other team's hands. And here's the first pass play of the Giants' second possession, and it's a big gainer. And guess where he caught the ball? I'll give you one guess. Over the middle. Slant play over the middle. Tyrod Taylor. Here come the blitz. And boom, wide open over the middle. Wide open. And yeah. Frank says he's so fed up with this offense and for good reason. Here's Tyrone Taylor, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Pass over. And it is Slayton with an 8-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd down. Oh, Kyle says the fact that this team has the same people on offense with the addition of Swift, and this team is where they are is at. Yep. I've been saying that. I've been saying that for about 5 weeks, Kyle. And that is why I lay a lot of blame when I'm going over the phases of there they are over the middle again. Another 1st down. But when we talk about which units are at most fault, I know a lot of people like to point to the defense, but I myself point to the offense because I think that they are more talented, right? So I think that they are more talented and they are underperforming even more so than the offense. Than the defense. I'm sorry. What channel you guys had the game on? I don't. Is this game on Fox for you guys? Hold up. I got to change channels. I don't know what's going on. Okay, it's not. It's on CBS, huh? Wow. That's funny. So this game is on CBS. All right, so 2nd and 10. The ball inside the 20. They hand it off and a big running play, and he picks up a whole 11 yards. Wow. If you look at the big inning of this at the beginning of the season, the Eagles were play fast and strong, but now they're not so confident with the fans. They're playing the last few games, and now the defense will lose this game again for us. Yes. Yeah, the fact that I know after 10-1 at the point that we were 10-1, you couldn't have bet me that we'd be 11-5 and struggling like this. So they do stop Barkley. They are inside the 10-yard line. That is incredible. Matt Patricia, I have a choice place for him to place that pencil, but this is a family show, so I'm not going to say. Ball on the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Tyrod Taylor in the shotgun. He's looking. He's trying to run, and with no luck, he's been brought down. Who was that? Oh, Tapula. Whatever, he takes him down. Marlon gets him down. So why we are cutting on D. Oh yeah, I didn't even announce, right? I am the fantasy football league champion, not of the Eagles talk. I forget who won that. Darn it, I gotta look at that. All right, here's Tyron Tyler, 3rd and goal, flushed out. He's going to run for it. He's going to run for it, and he's not going to get it. Gets pushed out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Let's see what they do. Tyrod Taylor scrambles. Dak Prescott throws it up and a touchdown to. And the Cowboys are on the board. Oh, you won our fantasy league, Frank? Okay. You won the Eagles Talk fantasy league, Frank? I tried, man. I tried to come back, man. All right, so the Giants do kick a field goal. I just couldn't put it together. Okay, congratulations, man. I got to announce that on the post game and on Thursday. Congratulations to you, Frank, for winning the Eagles Talk Fantasy Football League. Was a tough season, man. That's good. I'm surprised because who was kicking butt. Tony Byrne had a tough team, man. I think I had a tough team. I think a couple of losses that where I wasn't up on on managing my team kind of put me behind the 8 ball. Like as you know, in fantasy football, you have got to be on top of your game. You can't have any slip ups, any missing of the lineups or anything like that because it's crucial, right? And I'm not making any excuses, but I got kind of caught up in some things and forgot. So, but in my other league though, I did, and I think I had a better team in my in the Eagles Talk League than I had in my other league. Actually, I think I had a good team. I had to play that waiver wire too, so I do an excellent job at that, and I think that's what led me to the championship in my other league. Is that I did play the waiver wire because after a couple of weeks, right, you evaluate your team and you see where you are, and I saw where I was, and I wasn't happy with some positions, right? So I knew that I was going to have to try to find some jewels in the waiver wire pile. I was going to have to go digging for jewels out of the waiver wire pile. And I did do that in the other league. I think I came out with who was there's a receiver from Houston that was CJ Stroud's favorite receiver. I plucked him out of the waiver wire pool. I got some gems out of there. I got some gems from the waiver wire, and it kind of helped me throughout the season. All right, Colin is saying, why do we play soft coverage? I will understand if our D-line was like last year. Because, Colin, the analytics department dictates to our defensive coordinators on how we're going to cover the receivers. They are bent on not allowing explosive plays. Analytics have told them that if you contain the other team's amount of explosive plays over 30, 20, 30 yards, is have that mandate on not giving up explosive plays. So they play off of the ball. That's why. So that's Howie. What do you think about what people say about what team goes to the Super Bowl based on the colors of the Super Bowl logo for each year? Oh, I don't know. What did they say? I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that angle. What did they say? What are the colors of the Super Bowl this year? What's the colors of the Super Bowl logo? I hope it's some midnight green in here. Is there any midnight green in there? Then I'll tell you. Was there any midnight green last year? All right, here we go. Jalen Hurts in the shotgun, 1st and 10, the ball at the 25. He takes the snap. looking, got it picked up about 6, I would say. Ravens and 49ers colors. Oh, okay. All right, we'll see. All right, here we go. Jalen hands it off to Gainwell. Gainwell with a crease. Gainwell, big gainer. Gainwell still on his feet. Gainwell gains about, that was a big one. He broke it. 32-yard gain right there. All right, yeah, they hand off the Gainwell in between the tackles, too. He slips in. That was good. Great run. And you notice how, and it was a nice hole for him. Jalen is flushed to the left on this next play, 1st and 10, and he has to throw the ball away. Well, he didn't throw it away. He tried to get it into Gainwell coming out of the backfield, and it was incomplete. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. All right, so the Ravens and the 49ers colors are in the logo, huh? That's what's going on. Okay. We'll see. All right, Jalen and the Eagles are at the Giants 39-yard line, 40-yard line, actually. Jalen takes the snap, 2nd and 10. Nice pickup on the blitz. Toss it out to Watkins. Watkins picks up about 8 yards, 7, 8 yards. So they're getting Quez involved in offense pretty early on. And that's a twist. And Quez actually is catching the ball. Ooh, they pushed him real hard right there. He might be shook up. Quez. All right, so it's 3rd and 1. They're going to do the twist push. And there's Jalen. And Jalen has the first down. Wow. All right. I get a look at the link when I get a chance. Let me see. Can I? It's not clickable on here, right? No, I can't click on it. All right. Let me see. I can't do anything. What can I do with this? Can I copy it? Nope, can't do that. All right. All right, I'll try to, Robert. I see it. Um, our offense is on the move, and they are inside the 30 right now. Jalen in the shotgun. He has a man in the backfield. He hands it off to him. Who was that? Penny? Penny. There's been a Penny sighting. Penny gets a carry. And he gets a yard. He gets a penny. He gets 1 yard. So we have a Penny sighting. Encouraging. I mean, that wasn't anything to write home about right there. That was only 1 yard pickup. But it's still encouraging to see him get a carry. I mean, I don't know why he fell out of favor. Is he that bad? I kind of like Penny coming in to the season. All right, so Jalen hands it off. Nope, it's fake handoff, and it's a hold up. They're calling that a fumble? It was a fake handoff, and Brown is grabbing at his right leg. This could be bad. They are considering it a catch and fumble. So AJ catches it. Ooh. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, he got it. Yeah, that is a catch. And AJ he is grasping his right knee, I believe it is. And that is not a great sign to see our top receiver grimacing on the ground after a slant across the middle, and a fumble. He is now being tended to by the training staff, and we can ill afford to see AJ Brown, our leading receiver. This is, prayerfully, he's going to be okay. Um, yeah, that's not good. So our Philadelphia Eagles have been, they're on the move. The defense is not looking any different than the previous 5 weeks. They look the same as they've been looking. Yeah, I know. If that ain't the worst scenario, when it rains, it freaking pours. But we're gonna hope for the best right here. We're gonna hope for the best. Uh, you know, just hopefully tweak something, and I'm okay if I don't see him the rest of the day if he is, if it's going to preserve him for the playoffs. But this is not, this is not what we like to see right now, and especially even that. I mean, even without that, we turned the ball over. So we don't have the ball, and the offense is again not looking good, not looking sharp. So they're back to the program. Oh, Susan, you're behind. Okay, I don't know. I haven't even checked with anybody else to see where I am, but I know I am watching it over the air. Like this is not. I'm not watching it through a streaming service or over cable or anything. I'm watching it over the air. So I'm getting it damn near live. Like, like, oh yeah, you're gonna be back. You're gonna be behind. Oh, DeVito's back in the game. DeVito, what happened to Taylor? So they replaced Taylor with DeVito. DeVito's in. He rolls to the right. He's under pressure. He's looking to run. And who's that? Somebody got him from behind. Keely Ringo catches up to DeVito. And Dallas is, they blocked field goal by Washington. Did they run it back? Okay, all right. So Washington blocks a field goal, and they got a chance to score here. Here's DeVito, hands it off to Barkley. Barkley picks up about 5 yards. I'm guessing here it's going to be 3rd down and 5. Let's see if our Philadelphia Eagles can get off the field. Now they did do that one, so it's 30. Picked up 4, so it's going to be 36. Let's see if our defense can get off the field this time. They were able to stop the Giants on their first possession. They gave up a field goal to second possession, and now they are looking to get off the field again. Ball at the 31-yard line. DeVito's in a shotgun. Takes the snap. He looks to his right, and he has a man underneath, but he does not get the first down. He stopped a yard short. So it's going to be like 4th and 1. Let's see if the Giants go for it. I mean, in the NFL nowadays, if it's 4th and 1, most teams are going for it. I guess the analytics say go for it. Since we live in an analytic world, Dion douse all of our hopes. Oh no, they're going to punt it. They're not going for it. All right, so they do punt it, and Covey lets it go, and it's going to take a New York bounce, and it's going to be inside the 10. I'm not expecting to see AJ Brown out there. There's a flag down. We are awaiting word. Brown is going to. He's not. He don't look like he's limping bad, so it's kind of good that he's walking off on his own. So, you in North Kakalaka, Susan. That's why you got to stream it. All right, I feel you. There's no foul on the play for ineligible man downfield, so we'll see. And you see how they got the. If you guys are watching on CBS, they have the the Dallas game in the corner of the screen there. That's pretty cool. Oh, excuse me. All right, so AJ Brown was seen walking off of the field. That's great news. Under his own power. That's great news for us Eagles fans, because if he gets hurt, then we might as well just fold up the tent. I mean, like, if we have to depend on Quez, it's not a good thing. It's not a good year for us if we got to depend on Quez. I mean, I know we have won a Super Bowl with our backups, and the year that we won the Super Bowl, we did a lot. Our backups did a yeoman's job that year we won the Super Bowl because we had a lot of people go down, and that's when you gave Howie a lot of credit because he had enough depth on this team to the point where the backups came in and they produced, and they really produced. I don't have any type of confidence that Quez could do the same. But AJ walked off the field on his own, so that is a good sign in my eyes. In my eyes, that's a good sign. Hopefully there's no major structural damage or anything like that. And Dion is reporting, he's our crack reporter on the sideline, that AJ's pride is what's hurt. So Dion's coming from the sideline. He said AJ injured his pride on that more than his leg. So that's good to hear. I like to hear that. That's the updated medical report on AJ. He has used ego. All right. So he can recover from that. He can recover from that. Super Wild Card Weekend will be next week. And man, I didn't want to have to play in that weekend, and it's wild that we are even having to play in it with the way that the season was going up until 5 weeks ago. It looked like we were going to be, that number one seed, and you know how helpful that is, right? But we're going to have to battle. So our offense takes the field again after the turnover and stopping the Giants. Jalen over to Julio Jones for pickup. And they are running shorter routes, right? It's a knee injury they're reporting for AJ Brown, and they said he remains questionable. And Palatero says fire Nick as soon as possible. Jackie says Penny's always has good games against the Giants. All right, well, we need him to have one there. All right, so they hand it to Gainwell. Gainwell picks up a first. He gets 5. He's going to get that first down. All right, so same high school plays. Palatero is not impressed. You're not impressed by this offensive play calling here, Palatero? You're not? So they tried to time the tush push. It was not a first down picked up by Gainwell. He only gained 4 yards, and they went for the tush push, and they tried to time the snap, but it was not timed well. So it's going to be an offside. That's going to be a first down. So the tush push is very effective. If you allow them to snap the ball, it's almost always a sure gain of 1. And then if you try to time it and miss, that is also a guarantee of a first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10. And Jalen's in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He hands off to Gainwell. Gainwell finds a little hole. Gainwell picks up about 12 yards on that one. So they are running the ball effectively. And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. You guys are watching the game with me, Dark Knight. We're watching it together. What do you guys think so far as the first quarter ends? I mean, we were poised, I think, to put some points on the board up until A.J. Brown caught the slant across the middle and the ball was knocked out of his grasp, and it was a turnover. So we are still looking sloppy, right? We're still not playing with. I'm not going to say we're not playing with a sense of urgency, but we're not. And to me, like we're not playing with the discipline or the focus needed, and that to me also points to coaching. I know they can't. I know they cannot play on the field for the players, but when you blame a coach for sloppy play, you're saying that you're not giving them enough repetitions in practice, or you're not uh, scolding them enough, or disciplining them enough. Uh, an undisciplined team is a reflection on the coach, and when you make dumb plays, careless turnovers, not taking care of the ball, to me that falls in the coach's lap as well as the player. But when you see a trend of it happening on frequently like it has, because we were minus 11. I don't know what we are now. We were minus 11 on turnovers, takeaways this year. And last year, a big part of our success was we were in the positive in turnovers, takeaways. So this team is not doing a good job of taking care of the ball. They haven't played with discipline the whole season, and that's what I'm getting at. They haven't played with that discipline, and that discipline to me is on the coaches to help instill that, to make sure they're practicing these things and that they are crossing the T's and dotting the I's, so to speak. Need to plug Scott more in the play calling. Yeah, Scott is worthy of getting some carries, and he is the Giants killer, right? He's the giant killer. Why didn't we see more of Scott last time? The giant killer. We can use a giant killer right now. Where is Scott? So they said that the Redskins score. Is that true? I don't have the score in the corner anymore right now. Let me see. All right, there's Jalen. He fakes the handoff. He throws it up and he throws it out. It was in the direction of Quez Watkins, and he didn't pick it up. All right, so they are bringing the heat. Now, see what Wink Martindale is doing? He is dialing up some pressure. He's dialing up pressure. Why can't we dial up pressure? All right, so it's 2nd and 10. Ball at the 39. Jalen's back looking. Jalen's going for a long pass to Quez Watkins. And as soon as I identified who the ball was going to, it was almost like, all right, I knew that wasn't going to happen. All right. So the Washington Redskins, they are showing that touchdown. So they did score. So that's great. That's great. All right, what I'm not going to be doing this week, and I thank you guys for loyally watching the game. Let's watch it together. James, I see you. The coaching staff doesn't know how to use the talent we have. I agree with you totally. But what I'm not going to be doing, and I appreciate you guys, I'm not going to be eating on the air because I've gotten, I try to be a professional about this, even though I'm just an Eagles fan. But I've gotten complaints about me chewing on the air. So, and they don't understand that we're family, that you guys said it's okay for me to do so. They don't know the strangers that come in, but I have to be mindful because not everybody is a part of our family. Sometimes, now you guys on here now are our family. You guys know me. I know you guys. So you guys have told me that we know you are on all day. You guys, you can have something at halftime. You can eat on air. We don't mind. But our visitors that come into the room don't understand the relationship we have, and they think it's unprofessional. So I'm not going to do that. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to eat. I'm just saying I'm not going to be on camera when I do so. So just like, bow. You see that? See, you don't see me, right? And I could be eating. So I'm going to be doing a little bit more of that. See that, fam? And Phil understand. Get your eat on, fam. Yeah, it is. It's a long day. I start off with the pregame, and with this new added feature of watching the game and calling the play-by-play, I'm on the air for about 4 hours, or more. So sometimes I have to snack on the air at halftime and stuff like that. So, but I'll go to the cutting my. Oh my goodness, and that was a wounded duck, and thank goodness. But that was 4th and 2. 4th and 2. This offense is all right. People forget that I am on the air, so I gotta let them know. Uh, so yeah, like you said, Dark Knight, they know exactly when we're going deep. Why go deep on 2nd and 10? Yeah, man. Um, yep, they blitz us more because our plays are easier to read. James says, like you said, Dark Knight, they know exactly when we're going go deep. Why go deep on 2nd and 10? Yeah, we're not fooling anybody. I mean, and that's the problem. We're not fooling anybody the majority of the time. Therein lies the problem. This is a NFL team. Your job is to outthink the opposing coordinator, to deceive them at some time. I mean, not maybe not all the time, but you want to be winning that battle of deception more than you're losing it. And we're not winning it at all. We're still predictable. We're still serving up soul food with no seasoning. We're still serving up soul food with no seasoning. No smoked turkey butts in the collard greens. We still doing that. No Lowry seasoning salt on the fried chicken. We. Oh my goodness. Have you ever tasted bland gumbo? We're serving up bland gumbo. We got to get a black chef in the kitchen here. We got to get we got to get somebody that's going to put a little bit of seasoning in this soul food, because our offense is like soul food with no seasoning. So the Giants take over, and Tyrod, is that Tyrod Taylor? Is he back? Lost one to Barkley eludes one guy and picks up about 4 or 5. Palatero is mad. He's straight to the F bombs out here. He's straight to the F bombs out here. Look like Hurts hurt his finger on his throw hand. This is terrible. Mm, not good. Barkley gets a good game. Uh, 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 and Taylor picks up. All right. So Washington is trying. Sorry, I had uh, a little delay, but here we go. 2nd and 4. Giants are up. They're in our territory. Tyrod Taylor underneath. He has Slayton. Slayton picks up. Is that Slayton? It's high. I mean, high. I'm sorry. And he picks up a first down. It's going to be 1st and 10. The Giants are already in Eagles territory. Oh. Oh, it's a fumble. Oh, they have to jump on it. All right. So Tyrod Taylor fumbles the snap. Yeah, they are running the ball down our throats. We have no energy out there. That's what Gary is saying. This defense is a joke. Palatero says. James says they're running the ball down our throat. There's no disagreement there. I mean, I can't combat any of that. 2nd and 15. Tyrod Taylor takes the snap. Those underneath. They don't pick up. It's the Darren Waller, the tight end. They don't pick up a first down. It's going to be 3rd down. Let's see if our Philadelphia Eagles another lackluster performance. All right, and Tyrone, oh my goodness, and they just give up a big gain inside the 5-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and goal. And oh my goodness, this defense is I don't even know if the offense can help this defense out. If the offense was playing like they were last year, I don't think they could help this defense out. This defense is so far removed from what we saw last year. And there it's an easy touchdown right there. So the Giants are, with the extra point, going to be leading our Philadelphia Eagles 10-3 with this extra point. So this is not. Look, Susan's about to go out. I'm going to get my Walmart groceries off the porch. Oh, all right. Oh, so they brought them to you. Isn't that something like I'm gonna be talking about groceries right now, but it's because this team is playing so uninspired. I don't know. I'm with the guy that said he don't even want to watch this game now. I said there's something to watch. There's something to watch this game for. But Ed said it earlier. Honestly, I don't even want to watch this game. And after this, performance up to this point, who wants to watch this game? I mean, who wants to watch this team right now? This team, the game is over. The game's not over, Palatero. We still have some hope and we still have something to play for. So I can't say that. I can't throw in the towel because we still have something to play for. So I'm still holding out hope that these guys will realize they have something to play for too. Now, never give up, right? Never give up. But these are the type of situations that tell you a lot about your team, right? I said that I used adjectives to describe this team that I never thought I'd be using for this team. And after watching the game thus far, those adjectives are still in play, very much so. Those adjectives have not changed. Soft, uninspired, not hungry. Those these are I'm still using the same adjectives, right? But this when adversity kicks in like this, like these past 5 weeks, this is when you find out what your team is made of, right? You want to see them play with a sense of urgency. What you don't want to see is them hang their heads and start pointing fingers at each other and pouting and as such, right? Because if that happens, then yeah, we might as well, everybody just don't even show up next week. I'm talking about us. Forget them because they've not been showing up for the past not giving any effort in that. Then yeah, fold the tents. Let's go home. We might as well not show up. And why should we? If the team is not up, all right, Palatero, dude, really, yeah. Look, Palatero's mad. All right, let me do this. I'm just starting to have internet problems. Hold on a second. I gotta plug my Ethernet in. All right, okay, I'm back. All right, so I'm not on there. All right, so our offense is going to take the field. Hell yeah, hell yeah. What are you saying? Hell yeah for? What are you saying? Hell yeah for, Sean? Oh, my fault. He must be answering somebody else. All right, so Jalen's flushed out to the right, and he's throwing it away. He has nothing developing. I don't know if it was one of those long developing pass routes that we like to run, but it's 3rd and 6, and this offense still does not look like anything has changed, unless I'm missing it. You guys tell me. Susan is still holding out. Bunch of no hard blood sucking pansies. Palatero is hot. James says Washington's giving Dallas all they can handle, and we're playing like we don't care if we win or lose. And that's disappointing, right, James? Very disappointing. All right, 3rd and 6. Jalen back. Here comes the blitz, and they got Jalen. He had nowhere to go. Sacked for a huge loss. It's going to be a punt, and he comes around the side. Gainwell picked up the wrong man. I mean, they were sending more than we could block. So Gainwell chose to pick up the man up the middle, and the safety coming around the left side came in free. So Jalen didn't stand a chance. And our offense is continues to struggle. Continues to struggle. That's 10-0. Wow. I can't even begin to communicate how disappointing this is, right? I can't even use shocking because it's not really shocking because we've been, we've looked this bad the last 5 weeks. So I'm not shocked. because nothing's been done differently than what we've seen the previous 5 weeks. So I'm just in utter disappointment. I'm just disappointed not to see more fight out of this team. And again, I don't think it's. I think I still place a lot of blame on the coaches. This scheme looks like there is nothing different. They've tried nothing different, um, and it shows. They've not been able to solve or fix what is wrong. What is wrong with this offense? It's the same plays, the same stale, non-creative plays, right? And that's disappointing. It's just that's the best word I can use. It's very disappointing. Sue has chimed in. Sue, where have you been? Sue has been sitting silently on the sideline, and I know it's bad when Sue chimes in and her word is pitiful. When Sue chimes in and her word is pitiful, I miss you too, Sue. I haven't seen you all season. I miss you, and I miss you as a person, but I know if we get together, it's going to be a lot of we're both going to be a lot of bitching and moaning going on. So because our favorite team, the team we love to life, is looking as bad as they're looking. James says, where is the adjustment in the play calling for the blitz? That's all on coaching. Yes. Gary says coaches are doing nothing to get this team ready. Mark Green, unwatchable. Robert says, fire the coaches, get younger players, and stop training them so hard during the week. Stop training them so hard. These guys don't train during the week. They look like they don't even look like they're breaking a sweat now. I know they're not training too hard during the week, and I know that's probably tongue in cheek. What you're saying there, Robert. Phil says, make sure we have 11 guys on defense because it sure doesn't seem like it. Yeah, we know it's the play calling, Susan, but we can't. It's nothing we can do about it. I hope they fire Nick Sirianni tomorrow, Saturday, after they get blown away by the Bucs. Season is shambles. And people said that I am going overboard and suggesting the same thing. And again, I understand the seriousness of calling for someone's job. But when you look at this team and you look at the talent that we have on the offensive side of the ball, right, you don't want to waste these guys' good years, right? There's a tackle of Saquon Barkley by Marlon Tupututo, or something like that. I'm sorry. but so you don't want to waste their good years. Jalen's in his good, he has prime years. AJ's prime years. Devontae's prime years. Dallas Goedert's prime years. I know some along the offensive line are a little older in the tooth, but you don't want to waste their time left over. And he lost ones up. First down to Waller inside the red zone. And the Giants are moving the ball. So in that sense, you don't want to waste these guys' talent while they're in their prime. So that is why I would call for maybe a head coaching change, because I want somebody in here that's going to get this thing back on track. Even if we fire both coordinators and get somebody in here new, there's still no guarantee. Oh, and there's a missed tackle by two players. 1st and 10, ball thrown underneath to Robinson. Two players missed tackles, and Robinson runs inside the 5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal. 1st and goal, I'm sorry. Two players missed tackles. And he runs down to the 4-yard line. And this is a this is embarrassment now. And it's gonna be first and goal. And they pitch it to Saquon. Saquon around the side, Saquon into the end zone. First and goal, the New York Giants are up 17 to nothing following this extra point kick. So our Philadelphia Eagles are down 17 to nothing and not looking good at all. And not only not looking good, not they they don't resemble the 10-1 team that we saw prior to this collapse here. And out of all the years that I've been watching the Eagles, I think this may be one of the biggest late season collapses I've seen this team make. And I say it's the biggest because this team was 10-1 and a top five, and they had even been ranked number one throughout the earlier part of the season, right? We beat Kansas City, Miami, Dallas. We had some good wins, right? And at 10-1. And the way this team has looked the past 5 weeks, to me, this has got to be one of the biggest collapses in Eagles history. A team that were Super Bowl contenders at one point in the season, even accepting that the team that loses the Super Bowl the previous year usually falls off. This team was defying those odds at one point in the season. Defying those odds. And but now they are very much living up to that saying or that statistic that the team that loses the previous year's Super Bowl doesn't do well the next year. They are now on lines with that logic or that trend, so to speak. So the Giants, 5-11 Giants, are up 17 to nothing on the Philadelphia Eagles. Last week we allowed the 3-12 Arizona Cardinals to look just as impressive. And look, passing yards 161 to 33 by the Eagles. There's a run by Penny. He picks up about 3 yards. I don't think we can stop the little Giants at this point. Let Mariota play. Raheem says the way the Eagles are playing, they look like just saying F it. Yeah. Why is Bradbury even on the field? All right, let me move this to the other side. And Hurts is going to be dragged down for a big sack. So yeah, when it rains, it definitely pours. Definitely pours. So I want to change this over here so I can be facing the television. All right, so here we are. All right, Nick about to get those papers. Yeah, Nick needs to get those papers. Walking papers, rolling papers. I don't know. He need to smoke something. I don't know. He needs something. He needs something because this is crazy. Underneath to Julio Jones, 3rd and 20. That wasn't enough for a first down. Now they want to run the ball, Palatero says. Gary says these plays are too plain. James Edgefield says, can you believe we are getting shut out by a team that is at the bottom of the NFL? This team has quit on the coaches. And that is realistic. I mean, that's something that you have to ask now. Has this team quit on the coaches? People, I know people have been in the media all week. A.J. Brown came out, broke his silence. this week in support of the coaches. I thought that, and I said it on Thursday's program, I thought that his performance was admirable, and that's what I considered it, a performance. I thought he was trotted out in front of the media to help turn down the temperature on the heat that was being thrown at the coaching staff, and his performance was admirable. He came out, he did speak, and he did throw his support 100% behind the coaching staff. But that means nothing. That means nothing. I don't think it meant a lot to us true fans who had saw or read his body language throughout this ordeal, this bad stretch of play, who shaking his head after timeouts on certain calls, who said to the media before he stopped speaking, his grandmother said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything. So, I didn't believe anything he was saying. I think that this team was still in trouble, and I was under the belief that that he may be losing the locker room. And I know people they love Nick and all, but at some point when adversity hits and you don't have the answers, the strategic X and O answers to solve it, these grown men who have made this profession their career can recognize when there's smoke and mirrors. When you may be a great motivational speaker, but you don't have any idea on how to solve what's going on as far as strategic means. Dark Knight, I'm in tears over here. What happened to us? I know. What happened to us? Look, everybody, we're a joke. Let number 8 run the RPO offense. This is all very sad. Hurts is Wentz all over again. Oh, don't say that. Oh man, God, let number 8 run. Look, people are saying we are a joke. This is crazy. They don't want it. This is on the front office. Howie Roseman's. This is what you wanted. Yeah, I kind of partially semi defended Howie initially in the pregame when I was asking for the percentage of blame that should be handed out because of this team's current performance. And I put a lot of it on the coaches, and someone said I was crazy for not considering Howie. And then they made a great case on why we had to consider Howie. I'm one to be real. I don't have a problem with saying I'm wrong, or maybe I wasn't looking at it from the same perspective, but they made some pretty good points and placing blame on Howie Roseman. I was giving him credit because I still think this team is a talented group and talented enough to be playing better than this. They are talented enough to be playing better than what we see. So that's why I put it on the coaches, right? But when you look at his management style, not his talent evaluation aspect of his job, but the management style, the management aspect of his job, I don't think he's done the greatest job. And when I say that, I mean as far as dictating or selecting a yes coach, dictating to that coach what his defensive philosophy should be, no matter who is in that defensive coordinator's seat, by allowing the analytics to drive the philosophy that's going to be carried out by the defense. And you know what we're talking about, playing off of the receivers, being married to the notion of not allowing explosive plays by any means necessary, and not allowing the defensive coordinator to use his gut instinct and playing his secondary the way he wants to play him, those type of things. And I get it. I'm speculating on a lot of this, but these are things that people were pointing to when they said a lot of the blame needs to go to Howie. Here's Tyrod Taylor, a long pass to Saquon Barkley, about a 50-yarder. downfield. And the New York Giants are right back in the red zone on one play. And they are from the 25-yard line, Tyrod Taylor. Saquon Barkley just beats. Who is that? Oh, my goodness. So they're in the red zone again. Tyrod Taylor, I'm sorry. Short pass. And it's going to be another touchdown by the New York Giants. And this is a laugher. I don't think that you can no longer. Darius Slayton has just scored. So it's 23-0 Giants over the Eagles. This is embarrassing. Oh my goodness. This is I'm at a loss of words. I really am. I'm at a loss of words. You guys, for the 23 that are still hanging in there, man, please just let's talk about it, man. 24-0 our Giants. Well, look, in the pregame I said, what did you want to see out of the team? And I can assure you that no one wanted to see this. No one wanted to see what we're witnessing now. There were a lot of scenarios that was expressed on what you wanted to see from this team in this game today, and not any of those scenarios added up to what we're seeing now. Look, the Giants offense only averaged 14 points. They only averaged 271 yards a game. And they only average 161 yards passing a game. And they have surpassed all of those totals in a half of football. They have surpassed all of their season averages in this one half of football. This is a total embarrassment. I'm just enjoying the moment. Somebody's out there enjoying the moment. Who is that? Are they a Giants fan? Fire them all. This team is a fraud. Mark Green says Hurts' in-game adjustments or lack thereof cannot make up for the terrible play calling. No, he cannot. Phil says our linebackers and DBs are invisible. I'm sorry. Hurts in-game adjustment. I'm sorry. Palatero. Hurts is messy, selfish, repetitious, fire, Nick, and whole. Entire staff is Jeff Stoutland. Yeah, we always have to keep Jeff Stoutland. But yeah, everybody else can go. There's Hurts back, throws up. Tried to get it to Julio Jones. It was a drop by Julio. Liz, where you been, Liz? Liz, this is why we're not winning. You late. Why you just now chiming in? Or have you not had anything to say because of the way this game has been unfolding? Yeah, this is beyond embarrassing. I do agree with you, Liz. This is beyond embarrassing. Manny says he's still putting these edge rushers in coverage. James, I'm kind of with you. They've quit. Jalen Hurts, 2nd and 10. He's back. He's looking again, and he's going to run, and he's only going to get about 1 or 2 yards. So it's going to be like 3rd and 8. Yeah, and people may say that I'm panicking, but I'm not panicking. When you see the way that this team has collapsed, like this is, I don't think you can bring Nick back. I'm sorry. Now we do have to play the playoff game, so he has a chance there. And here's Jalen, throws it up and intercepted, but I think he's out of bounds. Jalen tried to go up top to Julio Jones, and Oh, he might have been in. All right, so he catches it. 1, 2. Oh, it might be an interception. It may be an interception, and that would be like insult to injury, right? It's showing right there that the Eagles are quitting for the season. Hemi says, Floyd, you're not the only one. James, I take back what I said. Rock, you have every right to talk trash to us. All right, there's 1 foot, and the second one taps down. That may be a good interception. So, um, this is horrible. This is horrible. But this it might not. We may not be overreacting by asking for or calling for Nick Sirianni's job. I like the guy. Don't get me wrong. 3 years, done some wonderful things. Right. My whole thing is, um, he's been to the playoffs every one of his 3 years. So when you look at that, that's not a resume that you would dismiss a coach over, right? But when you look at, like, I'm a guy that not a person that's not open to second chances. I'm all for that, but I'm a person who wants to take advantage of open windows. We know how hard it is to win in this league, right? And we all agree that we do have a talented team, if not in every position, or if not as much as we thought on defense. We do agree that our offense is pretty solid, right? So you have to take advantage of the windows of opportunity. And if you have any type of doubt in the leadership, I don't think we should waste time. I think we should be swift about correcting what the problem is and trying to take advantage of our window of opportunity to win with these guys. So that is why I would call for Nick Sirianni's job here, because this team doesn't seem to be playing for him. And more importantly, he doesn't seem to know how to solve what's going on. And that's even bigger. That's bigger than the players not believing in him. And I think the players do not believe in him because of his inability to figure out what's going on and what needs to be done to solve this problem. If you can't solve the problem, you're hired to be the problem solver. All right, so it's 122, and the Giants are looking to put even more points on the board. This is, you know, all right, the Dallas Cowboys are back on top of Washington. So if that holds true, then there's really no reason for the Eagles to play anyway. So I mean, they're not playing to win now anyway. But if they look up at the scoreboard, it's not going to help motivate them anymore. They weren't motivated when Washington was winning. So I know the amount of motivation goes down even more when they see that the Dallas Cowboys are in fact in the lead over the Commanders, and that's their only path to winning the NFC East was if the Commanders could somehow knock off the Dallas Cowboys. But that's null and void because we can't even handle our end of the bargain. We can't handle our end of the bargain. We're getting shut out 24-0 by the 5-11 New York Giants. And there's Tyrod Taylor, throws it up again. Oh, looking for Slayton. 1:12 to go, 4th and 10. Very, very. Floyd, you're echoing what probably all of us are thinking. He needs a drink. We are done, Travis says. Phil, the boat is taken in water. Thomas, this is probably going to be a common theme from here until the beginning of the next season. And it's Nick gotta go. Palantir, now you're going too far. Trade Jalen Hurts. We see Jalen Hurts could be a very effective quarterback when given the appropriate coaching and appropriate scheme. And he got neither this year. No, Nick got to go. Floyd is echoing the same thing. Palatero turnovers king is back. I done turned off my TV. Who's got look, all right, so in other news, who's got the tonight, the Bills or the Dolphins? Look, he's just going to this game is over. We need to talk about what we're going to watch tonight. James Edgefield, we need 7 yards and we go deep throwing into double coverage. I know. No, that was Shane. Now Shane gone. He like Doug when Frank left. Yeah, you're right. And another interception by Jalen Hurts, and they're about to put up 31 points. This is crazy. Jalen Hurts has just turned the ball over another time in the first half. What's that, Jalen Hurts? Wow. Wow. No, that wasn't. That was Mariota. I'm sorry. Mariota threw that touchdown. I'm sorry, that interception. Hurts needs an OC that will get in his face and hold him accountable. Hurts needs a no. He has to be accountable for his turnovers, of course. But I really, man, I think so much of it is his and they tap it, and the Eagles get a turnover. Wow, Eagles do get a turnover. But the play calling, the scheming is so it's so bland. It's so it just sucks. That's all I can say. It just sucks. And because of that, I think that contributes a lot to Jalen's lack of success. Yeah, he like I said, man, he's not finished developing, and he has to continue to get better, right? And he needs the coaches there to help him to do that. I pointed out the fact that even though Patrick Mahomes had won a Super Bowl and an MVP, he was still learning how to read defenses. His coaching was still teaching him how to read defenses, meaning he was not fully developed. He was not finished developing yet. And Jalen, I think, is in the same boat. Although he can do some things great, he's still learning the game. He still is. And he needs those leading him to be able to teach him. He can't teach himself how to see what he needs to see out there on the field. He can't teach himself. And he can learn on the job, but he doesn't have the experience to teach himself. That's when you need experienced coaching to help break down, Jalen, you see this may happen, or you may counter this. This is what you do when that happens. You need someone to be able to teach you that. And if your coaching is not able to do that, you're at a disadvantage. You need somebody to put their foot in your ass and say, don't make that throw. You still need that. So this is bad. 5 seconds to go in the half. Definitely able, says fired coach. Seems like they are playing to get Nick fired. Yeah. It's time. Palatero said, Dante, it's time to throw the TV away. Damn. Palatero said it's time to throw the damn TV away. Yeah, all right, so that's the half. Look, we got another half to watch. I don't know if I could watch another half of this. All right, more important things. All right, what's everybody eating for halftime snack? I know nobody has an appetite right now, but this football. We can't talk about football. There's nothing to talk about. Our team is getting shellacked. It's a blowout. This program is no different than those guys on TV. We have to think of some filler, some air filler stuff. This game is practically over. So what's on everybody's game day menu? I'm partaking in some salmon bites. Have you guys ever had salmon bites? They're starting to be popular. There's certain eateries you can find it on the menu, right? But I'm eating salmon bites. They're almost like chicken nuggets, but it's salmon. They're breaded salmon, and it's good. And fish is better for you than the chicken anyway. And I put them in the air fryer, so it's not a lot of grease, not a lot of fat, but they are delicious. So that tells you where we are. If you're just tuning in and you want to know the status of the Eagles game, listen to the commentary. We're talking about salmon bites. You know what that means? The Eagles are being blown out. We don't even want to talk about the Eagles right now. I'm talking about salmon bites in my AI voice. We talking about salmon bites. Not the game. Not the game. Salmon bites. Because the game is over. Gary says he's doing the Longhorns bread, baked potato chicken tenders salad. Whoa, that's a thing? Yo, that sounds good. It's like baked potato chicken tender salad. But who's going? Yeah, let's play Hangman. Let's play Hangman. QB coach fired. Everybody fired. Uh, Jeff said players have mailed it in and now do not want to get hurt. They're making career decisions out there now, huh? Denise is chimed in. She says our team is falling apart. This is look, we go back 6 weeks, just 6 short weeks ago. We were 10-1. And can anybody, that seems so long ago. Can anybody even remember how we were feeling 6 weeks ago? We were 10-1. We just come off the biggest win of the season against the Buffalo Bills in overtime. And since then, we've played, I can't even say we played like the Arizona Cardinals because they kicked our asses. We've played like the worst team in the league since we've beaten the Buffalo Bills in overtime. We got to be dead last in like every category since we beat the Bills. Yep. And it said then the 49ers came to town. Yep. That's what happened. The 49ers came to town and they stole our souls. They snatched our souls out of our bodies. We haven't been the same since. Let's change our record to 5-11. That's how we're playing. James Edgeville says, I think it's safe to say that Nick and the coaching staff is gone next year. And here's the white. Oh, Dante, I told you he was a troll. I told you he was a troll. Anybody watch the pregame show? I have a picture of Dwight wearing an Eagles jersey. So I need to put that up while I have a chance because it looks like after this game, I'm not going to have the chance to do that anymore. So I'm going to have to find that picture and put it up because he's going to definitely be on the winning side of this this thing here. Yeah, this is crazy. We play like crap all year long. Sue says one and done. Yeah, I mean, Christopher Burton said it's bad when the brotherly shove is our best offensive play. Yep, that is huge. That's horrible. Edward says the players lost faith in their coaches, and it's rightfully so. If you think about it, it's rightfully so that they would lose uh, faith in their coaches because their coaches don't know what they're doing. Like we're sitting up here, and I know we're fans, and we're just talking smack, right? And and sometimes we're wrong because we don't know the X and O's like they do, right? But the players know the X and O's better than us. And when they give up, to me, that's a sign that, yo, these guys don't know what they're doing. The stuff that we're running, we know it's not going to work. And this is the best that they've got. Yeah, Brown, we get mad at certain players because I heard people get mad at AJ for not speaking and being a diva. But these guys don't know what this is. They don't know this is. They're pressures. They're looking for the leads. It's just ain't been working. He's out there getting his head. Coming out of timeout last week, and they throw a little screen and run like a shirt. When AJ comes out, prior to the play, he kicks his head like, I don't know what this dude says. Remember when Alshon Jeffery, they was coming at Alshon Jeffery, the team wanted him to leak and all this stuff. We came to find out Alshon Jeffery was right. Wentz was a system. Wentz was not a good team. We jumped all over our system. And people jumped on A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown, he may be right. No game out of my physical school teachers, but nobody can forget it. It's a statement. My grandma told me to I had nice to say that things like that. This is it. This is it. Y'all can't hear me? Hold up. What happened? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? 1 2 1 2. 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, I'm good now. All right. All right. Let me know. Hello? 1 2 1 2. I'm back. I'm back. Am I still back? Yeah, so this is the players recognize, I think that the players recognize that this coaching staff doesn't have what it takes to get this thing back on track. So you can give Nick all the new coordinators you want. I say that if it is indeed the case where he can't help right the ship, that he should go too. You know, I think he needs to go too. I'm sorry. It's quite obvious the coordinators didn't know what they were doing, but when the head coach is losing the team, yeah, we gotta think about a change up top. And then Howie has got to rethink his whole approach to hiring these coaches. I mean, you got to let these guys. I know he's power hungry, and he's guarding his position. The last time he let somebody come in here, they stole his power away from him, and he was put in the back room. And I get it; he's gun shy. He doesn't want that to happen again. But you kind of almost got it, Howie. You got it, almost got it. You're doing way better in assembling talent. Now you have to assemble front office talent or coaching staff talent. You can't control it. You got to assemble the best coaching staff talent and allow them to do what they do. You can't micromanage. I agree, Palatero. I'm not disagreeing. And Floyd, I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of pushback against Frank. Frank has just been fired 2 years out of 2 years. Frank's been fired the last 2 years. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we want him as coach. Like some people are better as coordinators. And if he's willing to accept that, some people are better coordinators than they are coaches. I don't know. I don't I think I loved him the year he coached Carson Wentz. I think he was the right quarterbacks coach for Carson Wentz at that moment. I haven't seen him do much after he left. Even after he reunited with Carson, he hasn't really been a big difference maker. And then he got fired at Indy, went to Carolina, and that was a total disaster too. So I don't know. I would pump the brakes on considering him for a head coaching job of the Eagles. I was really only interested in having Nick Sirianni talk to him to help get this thing straight because he has a little more experience, veteran play calling experience that maybe he could help and guide Nick or turn this dreadful play calling and scheming around. That's all I wanted him for. I don't know if I wanted him to come in and be the head coach. So I think I would pump the brakes on that. But um, this coaching staff definitely has to be overhauled. Yeah, we definitely need somebody, and that's what they thought they had with Nick. They thought they had a young brash coach. Um, well, a young coach, not brass, because Howie's not looking for brass, not brass. He's not looking for that. But they thought they had a young coach with the imagination of offense. They found out they do not. The best thing they had was Nick had some nice friends. I mean, when you look back on it, that is the biggest strength he had was he had some decent friends. What I mean by that? What I mean by he had some decent friends. He was friends with Shane Steichen, so he could bring Shane Steichen with him. He was friends with Jonathan Gannon, so he could bring Jonathan Gannon with him. But and don't get me wrong, I think he is a great motivator as we start the second half. Great motivator, but I think that motivating uh, talk and speech kind of loses its zeal and effect when you can't solve what's going on. Like I and he's my frat brother too, but I love Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's a leader of men. He's a CEO type coach. You know, that's what Nick has turned into. Although we thought he was an offensive minded coach, but we see now that he's not as a greater offensive mind as we thought because he can't correct what's going on with this defense. I mean, this offense. But there we go. We're getting a little bit more creative. First play out. Deuce will probably get more out of this team. As long as I think Deuce is a leader of men too, but Deuce is definitely not leading. He's not. He's not taking. He's not a yes man. So unless Howie is going to abandon that philosophy, then you're not going to get Deuce. Oh, they threw one into Quez, and Quez held on to it. Wow, that was impressive. I don't look like I don't. That was impressive. I never expect something like that from Quez. Dang, New Orleans blew them out, huh? Oh, and there's Jalen. Oh no, is that Jalen? Oh no, that's all right. So they took Jalen out. It's Mariota. All right, so Mariota's in the game now. I said that. I guess they thought they said that's it for Jalen. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. Watkins should have been going. All right, let me see. Anthony Age. What's up, Anthony? The Eagles called the Sixers and said, "Can we trust the process?" Oh, oh, that's bad. Christopher says ownership is scared of that man. They wouldn't be able to control him. Yeah, they wouldn't. And that's what. Unfortunately, that's why we're not going to get a coach in here that we really need. Jalen broke his finger, Floyd, because I got the volume down. Mariota's flushed out to his right. He's going to run it and get down. I think he got the first down though. That was the ground caused that, didn't it? Anthony said, "I would fire everyone that's a coach." Anthony, Anthony said, "I would fire." No, that was the ground. The ground caused that fumble. So, um, Penny fights for about 3 or 4. So Anthony said, "I would fire everybody as a coach." That's when the coaches walk around start snatching off their name tags. I ain't a coach. Oh, here we go. 2nd and 6. Offense under the leadership of Mariota, hands off to Penny. Penny is stopped for almost a 2-yard loss. Yeah, Seth would jump in their asses. But that's not always the best way because we've seen fiery players as coaches and it didn't work. Like Mike Singletary is a Seth Joyner type. And, you know, I don't know. That type of coach doesn't work in this NFL today. We got these Zen generation up. These new, not the millennials. It's after that. The Generation Z's or Generation Alphas. They don't take well to being cursed out. Yeah, that would be funny if he did bring us back, but I don't see that happening. No way, no how. So so they're going for it on 4th and 8. Here is Mariota, 4th and 8. So yeah, they throwing this game away. Delay of game too. So they were going to attempt to go for it on 4th and 8. Like Floyd said, they have nothing to lose, and they couldn't even get that right. Delay a game. So they sent out the punting unit, and so the Eagles down it inside the 5-yard line. And that special teams play of downing it inside the 5-yard line is the biggest highlight of the game so far for the Eagles. No, if we lose and Dallas lose, Dallas wins the division. If we both lose, we'd be in the same position as we were coming into the day. And coming into the day, Dallas was the division leader. So if we both lose, Dallas wins the division. Yo, this has been so crazy. Like, the 49ers figured us out, and every team since them has used the same exact blueprint. And we, on the other hand, have not adjusted one iota. That's enough right there to get you fired, Nick. They're not doing anything different than what the 49ers did 6 weeks ago. They're running the ball, throwing slants across the middle, and killing us. So yeah, you have to. I'm sorry, man. And I know how this stuff works, right? So they probably are. Yeah, the Eagles are trash. OC and DC needs to go. You know how they ask around. They try to get the pulse of the team, right? I wonder if the team is really going to tell the truth. Like, I know they like Nick and all that, but if it's me, I'll be like, yo, dude's a great guy, man. I ain't gonna lie. Now, this of course, this is I would have to feel like this, But if they came to me and I felt like this, I would definitely say how I felt. He's a great guy, great motivator, but he couldn't solve what was going on in the offense, man, and that leaves a lot to be desired. He couldn't. It's his offense. He's an offensive minded coach, and he couldn't solve what was going on with the offense. That's what I would honestly tell Howie if Howie came around in the locker room asking my opinion, or picking out some leaders, because I'm sure some organizations do that. They probably, if they're thinking about something like that, they're probably going to try to get the pulse of the team by talking to some leaders or some people they respect and see how they see the situation. And if that was me, I love the guy, great motivator. Oh my goodness. But he couldn't solve uh, what was going on. He doesn't know as much. And it's not anything, but now we're getting into the ego part too, right? Because I would consider firing Sirianni because I don't have any skin in the game. I know it's a lot of other things to consider, such as how we did hire him. So to fire someone that you hire is to admit that there was a mistake made. And people in Howie's position do not like to admit many mistakes. So I get it. So I get the fact that why it's not probable that he will get fired. But if it was me, I would truly consider it rather than waste another year and another year of these guys prime by seeing if he can fix it. So the New York Giants are leading 24-0. There's 9:30 to go in the third quarter. Everybody's calling for firing. If not of Nick Sirianni, they're definitely calling from it for the OC and the DC. Floyd says, "How we gonna be at the tunnel waiting for Nick?" uh, they hand it off. Saquon gets handled in the backfield. All right. CD. So yeah, all right. So it's nothing to play for now. It's nothing to see here. Cowboys are routing the Commanders. There's nothing to see here. And if there's nothing to see there, then there's definitely nothing to see in this game because these guys have nothing to play for and they're not playing. They just allowed a reception by Slayton, who broke tackles and picked up a big chunk of yardage. So we look at that. No wrapping up, man. This is embarrassing. A shoulder block. Like, what do they think is going to happen? Like, they're not wrapping up. They're just hitting him with his shoulder. Like, all right, that's enough. That's all. This is not rough touch. And even if it was, I don't even think that what they're doing is rougher. Rough touch is rougher than that. Look, these guys again. No wrapping up. Just throwing your shoulder in there. No wrapping. No wrapping up. This is discouraging. It's discouraging. So what do we do? You got faith. Who that? West Side said, you got faith? Wow, that's a lot of faith right there. That's that faith of the like a mustard seed, right? That's that kind of faith right there. Because it ain't over to a fat lady sing. Look, she's singing. She is singing. I think you on the wrong station. She already singing. Turn it to 105.3. You'll hear. You're probably on the wrong station. Here's our Tyrod Taylor under pressure. A flag down. And he throws it away. Uh who's that? Oh, Taylor's down. He's slow to get up. Like they don't really need him anyway. They can put the other boy in there, the Italian boy. Yeah, this is not AB. What happened? AB what? What happened to AB? I'm not really I don't listen. I just watch. I don't have the TV turned up too loud to hear. If I was Jeff or Howie, they have to decide what direction the team want to go. If Jeff and Howie, oh, let me put that on the screen. Hold on. If I was Jeff and Howie, they have to decide what direction the team want to go. If Jeff and Howie are really serious about winning, I would hire Gruden, Harbaugh, Belichick, who are football gurus who know the game inside and out, and let them hire their assistants. And all Howie has to do is draft, sign free agents that the coach need, and Howie and Jeff relax and enjoy the game. Um, I'm definitely a proponent of Harbaugh. I'm definitely a proponent of Harbaugh. Um, I don't know if Gruden is has he served this sitting yet. I don't know if anybody's ready to touch Gruden yet. But Harbaugh, cool. Belichick, I don't know. I mean, we got better groceries here. So, but it's no. I don't think any of those coaches would be considered unless Howie has really changed his philosophy. Who he really has looked in the mirror and realized that he has to change his approach, because that's the only way you hire any of those three that you just listed. Gruden, Harbaugh, and Belichick are strong personalities, and they would not, number one, come here without complete autonomy over their coaching staff. So for Howie to entertain any of those, he would have to first entertain a change of mindset in hiring his coaches and overseeing his coaches. That would be the first thing that would have to change if he considered any of those big personalities, those established quarterbacks. Coaches. So it's 3rd and 17. The Giants have the ball on their own 31-yard line. All right. And DeVito is in. Throws a short pass. Eric Gray picks up about almost 10 yards there. Oh, it's going to be 4th and about 7, 4th about 8. The Nolan Smith always injured. Yeah. No, that was the best proposal I've heard yet. Control is going to be a problem with those dudes. Yeah, you're right. Brother like Wilkes from 49ers. Yeah, they'll try to control him. He would be a nice pickup. But who would want to come? Like, this is what this is a roadblock into getting great coaches to come here. Also, that roadblock is Howie's reputation for wanting to exert so much control over the coaching staff. That's a deterrent to a lot of to every name that's on that list, except for maybe Gruden, because Gruden really is, needs a path back into the NFL. So he may entertain it just to get back. But Howie probably wouldn't entertain him, because, again, these are strong personalities, and Howie is not going to let a strong personality come in here and have him placed back into the back room, so to speak. Because Chip Kelly had Howie tucked away into the back room and usurped his authority and took all of Howie's authority away from him. So Howie is not going back to that scenario or anything that resembles that scenario. And these guys and those three coaches, Gruden, Harbaugh, and Belichick, all have the potential, if they're successful, to regulate Howie back to the back room. Have him returned back into the back room. And Howie's not going back there. Like San Fran broke this team. San Fran has snatched the soul out of our Philadelphia Eagles, and we haven't seen it since. We haven't seen our soul since San Fran left. They've come and stole all our seasonings out of our cupboard. Now we're playing. Now our offense looks like unseasoned soul food. We don't have any more garlic powder. They took our Lowry's. They took our adobo. They took onion powder. They took everything. Our thyme. Everything. our paprika, our smoked turkey wings. They took everything. They stole all our seasonings, and now our offense looks like unseasoned soul food. They ain't even leave us with salt and pepper. They took the salt and the pepper. Mm-mm-mm. Look at this. Look at this. This is horrible. They left us with mayonnaise and raisins. That's all we got. Mayonnaise and raisins. That's all they left us. James said they left the vinegar and pepper. Look, now they run the RPO. Now they run the RPO. We haven't seen like very little of that like all year, haven't we? We was killing them fools last year with that. Well, Mariota, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. This is this is gonna be long. This is embarrassing, Richard. This is embarrassing. Yeah, now they use RPOs with Mariota. I know. Um, and I have to. I know you guys face the same thing I'm facing. I have to face the Giants fans after this game, and it's not something that I'm looking forward to. It's not something that I'm looking forward to. I have to face the stinking Giants fans. Now, I'm already prepared my defense and all, and it's very valid, but it's still weak coming off a loss like this. But we are still going to the playoffs, and they are still going home. So I got that, but mm. Oh my goodness, Mariota. Oh, he got a first down. Jack Stoll with the first down, so they keep the drive alive. There's 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. I'm going to pray, we don't get blown out in the playoffs. Yeah, we need that, Liz. We need all the prayers we can get right now. I ain't gonna hold you. Ever since they took Dom off the sidelines, ever since they took Dom off the sidelines, oh, that was a curse, huh? The heart and soul of the team has been gone. Lord, as my mom would say, Lord, 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 Lord. And she would be mad that they took all the seasons. My mom would be, Lord, they took all the season. All of the season. Yeah, we putting up a donut right here. And, and I've been eating healthy, dropping some pounds, looking pretty good and all that. But this makes me want to eat a nice big fat donut. I mean, like, this is depressing. Like I want to eat my troubles away, drown my sorrows in some apple pie and ice cream. This is ridiculous. Just plain sad. Cam Jurgens, Blankenship, and Brown are out. Just plain sad, Pine Hawk says. Yeah, it's just plain sad. Zacchaeus is 2:16 to go. So who we play? You guys think that Mariota knocked up in the air? Mariota sucks too. If we play, the Tampa Bay clinched the NFC South title, so it looks like we might be playing Tampa Bay. What's our chances? Can we beat Tampa Bay? What's the chances? Can we beat Tampa Bay, guys? I'm a strong I don't know, and that doesn't bode well for our team because that's a strong I don't know. Anything less than we could beat them is an indictment. No, Thomas says no. We're not beating anyone. We play the Bucks and no. Dennis says if we play like this, nope. Pinehawk says not beating anybody. Liz says, will our team show up? They'll show up because they got to. But I'm saying, will they show up on the field as far as heart, desire, and will to win? That is something different. Third and 9. Mariota in the shotgun. Mariota throws it up. Covey did catch it, but he was way out of bounds. And it's going to be 4th and 9. Green Bay win, and they're in, and they are leading. So there's other teams that are fighting for their playoff life. We're fighting for our lives. We're also fighting for our playoffs, our lives, although we're not going to get this win. But I coming into this game, I thought we were fighting for our playoff lives in the terms of if we don't light the fire now, I don't see. All right, so we're not going to get shut out. But, we need to light the fire now. Us lighting the fire in the playoffs is going to be so much harder to do. So I thought that this was a prime opportunity today to get that fire lit. So it would be, burning all week. And by the time the game rolled around next weekend, we would have felt the warmth from that heat since we lit the fire last week. But now we're going to be cold. If this holds up, we're going to be cold going into next week, and we're going to have to attempt to light a fire under our asses in next week's game. Harder thing to do. Harder thing to do. And if everything holds up, we'll be going into the playoffs coming off a loss. So I haven't seen anything different, anything change. I haven't seen a twinkle in the eyes of the players, anything. I haven't seen any added urgency, anything. The fire them put out. Denise says, cold as the Arctic. Richard Pryor, I don't blame Hurts. The coaches hasn't helped them. I'm with you on that one. The Rel T, no, dog, fire. The fire put out. We are not playing at all. That field goal was just to get the donut off the board. This is last year we killed the Giants. And this year they are exacting revenge. The play calling is crap, Denise says. James says we're not playing at all. I wanted to go out with the same thing. I wanted to go out with a win. Paltero says, do you think the Eagles already made their plans to go to Cancun? They are already going fishing. I don't know. It looks like they already made their. Yeah, they playing like they forgot that there's a playoff game next week, and they already made their plans for Cancun. Like, what a surprise they're going to find out when they get to the locker room that they have a game next week. They're like, oh, snap, I forgot. Because they're playing like they going right from the Giant Stadium to Cancun. Yo, when it's lopsided like this, we haven't sat on this side of a loss in so long that I never, not that never, but it's been a long time since I realized how slow these games can go. Oh, is this what we've been doing to people the last few years? This is dreadful. You mean we used to be up like this, and the opposing team used to have to sit through this whole fourth quarter like that? Wow. Wow. Did Shane Steichen take the entire playbook? I think he took what was his. I think Shane took what was his. Like, y'all can have that, but these plays, these mine. That's why they were. That's why while they were so successful, because Shane Steichen probably put his own plays in. All right, that's the end of the third quarter. 24-3. What the F is going on? What happened? Charlie's asking. What had happened was we came to a gunfight with a damn slingshot. That's what happened. We showed up to a gunfight with a slingshot and no rocks. We just showed up with the slingshot. We didn't even have nothing to put in it. We just we just showed up to a gunfight with a slingshot. It's just crazy. We can't tackle, we can't run, we can't do anything. Uh uh Nerf. And we had to play Tampa Bay, whom we seen earlier this season when we were both undefeated early in the season. And we took them down relatively easy. But this time around, it doesn't feel like that is going to be the same result. They are playing better than they were when we faced them first. And we are playing worse than we were when we met them first. So there's nothing that's a given in this game coming up. I don't know if it's on Saturday or Sunday. We'll find out. And when we do, just make it a point to let's watch the game together. Hopefully what will happen is that, we can solve what's wrong with us. I don't see any sign of that happening. I just don't. I just don't. I'm just being honest. I don't see any sign of us improving on what we did today, because that what we did today hasn't improved on what we did the previous 4 weeks. So my confidence remains pretty low that we could figure it out in another week. It says we don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Voltaire says we came to a gunfight with water pistols. We don't deserve to be in the playoffs. David Anderson says we look so lost. Thero Dancy, we look so lost and just no energy at all at it. It's over. Oh my goodness. Pathetic lack of leadership. All right. Who's this? DeVito. Oh, gets out of the pressure, and he is taken down for a 2-yard loss, which would be counted as a sack. I believe that's Leonard Ricks's. All right, looks like he may have got hit in the groin. I hope he's not seriously hurt. Yeah, if Seth Joyner is going to have a field day. I don't know. What are you going to say? Oh, my goodness. This is. I ain't going to hold you. I don't, talking about. Somebody said, why are we watching this game? I know why I'm watching the game, but I'm not going to hold you. I am not looking forward to the post game. I'm really not. Am not looking forward to the post game and having to talk about this team. Another thing I'm not looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to facing my co-host Pat. I'm not. I'm really on the verge of like, yo, we're not gonna do this post game. We see y'all on Thursday. But because he's gonna be hot. I mean, I'm disappointed. He's gonna be hot. It's not. We've been doing this show about 8 years now, and it's never ever a good time to do Eagles talk after a loss. But for some reason, this is going to be a little more amplified, right? This is the last game before the playoffs, and we didn't look any better. So there's like not a lot of reason for high hopes, So when you got that and you have to cover your favorite football team, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. I mean, I'm not afraid of challenges. I'm gonna get on there. I'm gonna talk about what I saw, what I didn't see, and I'm gonna still try to put a positive spin on it. But you guys are smart. You know what I mean? I don't hang with dumb people. I hang with smart people, and you guys are my Eagles family, and you're not dumb. So even when I put on the optimum, the good face, or the positivity, I can't sway what you saw with your own eyes. I'm not going to be able to sway that opinion of what you saw with your own eyes. And what we saw with our own eyes is a team that is so different than the team that we saw after the Buffalo Bills game. And that's discouraging. That gives you like very little hope. I mean, I still got hope because that's my team, but I can feel the hope being sucked out of me. I can feel the hope being sucked out of me. And I have to watch 13 more minutes of this debacle. 10 possessions, 4 punts, 3 turnovers, of field goals. And this is our line. 10 possessions, 4 punts, 3 turnovers, a field goal, and a block. This is horrible. Mariota throws, has somebody quickly. It's Quez. Wow, Jags did not win. Mariota, Calcaterra picks up a first down. So our Eagles are on the move, 1st and 10 on their own 40. Mariota is the coach. Takes the snap, rolls to the right, throws, has Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins picks up a first down. So Quez Watkins with a couple grabs today. Pleasant to see him actually catch the ball. Two by two. Hurts takes the snap. Here comes the blitz right up the middle. Hurts intercepts it. He gets the throwaway. It's just a little too tall for Covey. So Covey is small, huh? He came up to Mariota. Looked like Mariota kid. Second and 10. Mariota takes the snap. Throw to Zacchaeus. And just short of the first down. Jimmy Steele says, "This is my team, but we are done. We have to be being punked. Kind of a rope-a-dope. The new team in the playoffs, hoping team will sleep on us." Yeah, low key. Up there's Mariota who runs for the first down. Low key, I kind of hoping that is the case. Like I'm entertaining that thought. Like we gonna show out next week. They gonna pull the playbook out. My only thing is I don't know how good it's going to be and what kind of arrogance you got to have. You have better plays than this, and you're going to wait to the playoffs. But hey, whatever works. Mariota has a man. He has Covey. Covey with a nice gain. First down. Yeah, that would be nice if they were to come out with a new game plan, more creative, and it propels them to the Super Bowl. But if that is the case, and they do not reach the Super Bowl, you know how much ridicule they'll be under. Mariota to that's Quez. Quez caught a touchdown on in between, and he was contested. Quez caught a touchdown contested. Anthony said the problem is the Giants and everyone else blitz, and the wide receivers and tight end go 20, 30 yards deep and hurts. And now Mariota don't have time to throw. Wow, what a throw and what a catch by Quez. Kick is up and it is good. Oh, damn, I forgot. Yo, look, it's been so long. I didn't even have the song ready. Do we still sing? All right, we're going.
Whatever you do it.
All right. Whoops. So a touchdown, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory. EAGLES, Eagles. Now I just did that because I like the song so much, but we that's the only time we got to sing. Our Philadelphia Eagles did put up 7 points. It looks pretty sad. It looks pretty sad. Only thing I can say is that we are going to the playoffs. And I'll say that with a lot of confidence because of the past 6 weeks, including today. But you have no chance of winning the Super Bowl if you're not in the playoffs. You have absolutely not an ounce of a chance to win a Super Bowl if you're not in the playoffs. So us being in the playoffs, at least we have a chance. As slim as it may be, we do have a chance. And I know this is on a whole nother level, but I just barely won my fantasy league, and it was predicated on that belief. Like all I wanted to do was make the playoffs because anything could happen in the playoffs. And I proved it once again by making it into the playoffs. And I had to play the toughest teams in the playoffs. I had to play the top team. I can't say the top scoring team because I actually was the top scoring team. But I had to play the highest team. Like they were like the 49ers of our league. Then I had to play a division rival for the championship. And anything. And I beat them. And I beat them. And it was, it was I was not favored to do that. And it was, what I mean? I was not favored to do that, but it happened. And it only happened because I made the playoffs. I wouldn't have had a chance if I didn't make the playoffs. So our team is in the playoffs. So they do have an opportunity. I know the way they've been looking, it doesn't look promising, but anything can happen. We've seen a Baltimore Ravens team who lost 4 out of their last 5 games of the season the last time they won their Super Bowl. 4 out of their last 5 the last time they won the Super Bowl. Albeit Joe Flacco went off, but still, they lost 4 out of their last 5 games. And they went on to win the Super Bowl. So anything is possible. I know we don't have that defense that they had, but anything is possible. And we hope. We hope. All right, so the Giants are looking to put more points on the board. They have 9 minutes to do so. Tyrod Taylor throws a little dart to Hodgins for a first down, and they are continually moving the ball. Look at that. Oh, it's amazing how much the offense and defense looks different compared to the year before. It's phenomenal. It's not normal, is it? It's not normal for this big of a change from one year to the next. I mean, with a lot of key pieces still in place. And I think that's a big shock also. Because, coming into this year, and albeit I always admit that I might have overestimated the talent that we had on defense. But, coming into the year, I just thought that we were just as good roster-wise. And so, naturally, you expect if you're just as good as you were last year as far as personnel, that you should duplicate what happened, right? We've seen people do that. We've seen New England do that. We've seen Kansas City do that. And then, we get into the season and both units look so drastically different with little change, especially the offense. The only change that was really made was Swift for Miles Sanders and a right guard change. We saw a right guard change and Swift take over Sanders' spot. So, I thought we were better. I thought we were actually better, and it seems that we are, this is drastically different. Defense totally sucks. And the offense looks like a shell of itself. Brian is outscored by the 5-11 New York Giants, and last week by the 3-12 Arizona Cardinals. And there's Tyrod Taylor, who takes it down to the 22-yard line of the Eagles, and it looks like they're trying to score again. They have plenty enough time to do so. Plenty enough time to put more points on the board. Dallas is taking care of their business, 35-10 with 2:45 to go in the fourth quarter. And here we sit, 24-10, 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Tyrod Taylor, almost 300 yards, hands it off. And wow, what a run. About 13-yard run on that first down at 10. Gray. Yeah, it's still my team too, man. Jackie says, still my team. Fly, Eagles, fly. Gary says, again, Jalen doesn't know what to do when the packages are coming. We have not seen him counter against it all season. Gary, number 31, has not made a play since his interception versus the Cowboy game, number 1. JT, still my team too this season. This season has just been too emotional. Gary says, when we do the season debrief, I hope Howie states his mistakes, allowing Edwards and White walking away and not replacing them with talent. Yeah, Yeah, he has to if he's going to be a big enough man. I mean, he's probably not going to do it to us, but hopefully he'll admit it in house. Hopefully he'll admit it in house. Tyrod Taylor swings it out. Shepard takes it down inside to about the 3-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and about 2. Or 3rd and 3. 3rd and 2 for the first down. 3rd and 3 for a touchdown. 3 yards gets them a touchdown. Jeremy, the sad thing is, there's fake handoff. Tyrod rolls to the right, and he throws it away. So, holds them to a field goal if they go for a field goal. So, Jeremy says the sad thing is Jason, BG, and Cox will not get a ring before they retire. Well, will not get another ring before they retire because they got rings. $27-10. Gary says, funny, Giants were leading the league in allowing sacks, and when they played us, changed the QB and put Taylor in, we can't stop him. Wow. Yeah, they can't go out with a ring. But they have one. Well, I don't know if they can go out with a ring. I mean, JT, you don't know, man. Mariota might come in and do a Foles on us. Not. Here we go. Wow. This has been a 6 weeks, a 6-week stretch. Unlike, we haven't had a 6-week stretch like this we haven't had a 6-week stretch like this since, oh man, since Dougie P. I don't remember. Oh, Dougie P's last year was kind of rough, right? But yeah, this has been. Well, the difference, I guess, with that last season of Dougie P is that this team is expected to do so much more than that. Rock said, we haven't had a 6-week stretch like that since 6 weeks ago. No, we don't want no damn Rich Kotite. First of all, he's still alive? He's still alive? He probably still know more football than Sirianni. Wow, 1-5. All right, so it's the 5 seed. They put the scenarios up there like it's the 5 seed. We are lost. Dallas up 28 points with 1 minute to go. We down 17 with 3 minutes to go, and they putting up scenarios. No. And then Mariota drops the ball. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. So 1-5 in the last 6. Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought? Wow. Um, I was talking so much smack before that first Dallas game. We won. We were doing okay. We were doing great. Why don't we use Covey in the slot like Julian Edelman? We're going to throw it to him. We're going to throw it to him. I mean, like, I don't know. It seems like Jalen has regressed a little bit. I don't know, to the point where, like, I don't know if he's seeing the field as well as he was seeing it once. I think the RPOs, he had gotten into a groove of knowing what to look for, knowing how to run those. And this year, a majority, we didn't run them nearly as much as we did last year. And I think that he had just become comfortable with running those type of plays, that type of offense, right? That was the second time. That was his first time since high school of being in the same offensive scheme 2 consecutive years. And he looked mad comfortable running the RPOs last year. This year, not so much. They've changed it up. I know that teams caught on to it, but it seemed like they abandoned it to a certain degree. And there's about 2:04 to go. I wonder if my co-hosts are going to be here. First of all, oh wow, 2:04 to go. Nick is off. Nick's offense is stale. You're right. That knee injury might have affected him more than we know. Not to mention his vision is lacking, or he only see half the field. Yeah, he's only seeing half the field. I don't know if that's coaching or what, or I mean, of course it's on him because he's only seeing half the field. But are they pointing it out like, yo, dude, you're missing this over here, you're missing that? Has head coach ever been fired the week before his team plays in the playoff? No, Tony, I don't think so. I think we're going to have to wait until he is officially eliminated before they even consider that. And then even with that, like I said, his 3-year record is not horrible. It's just this last 6 weeks have been so bad that I personally think that he needs to be considered for the chopping block. And because I just don't like to waste time in getting this thing straight, because we can waste another year and Nick still not get it straight. Whereas we can probably bring in a more established coach that may be able to take advantage of the talent that we currently have on the team, may be able to get the best out of it, especially this offensive unit. Whoever would be the one to come in after Nick, if they did decide to do that, would be handed a very talented offensive unit. They could hit the ground running, right? And dependent upon the manner in which Howie fixes this defense as far as personnel wise, the next head coach coming in, if they choose to go that way, the next head coach coming in will have a solid roster to work with. I would love to see like a Harbaugh come in and have this at his disposal, because one thing we know about him is he's a leader of men. He's going to figure it out. He's a leader of men. And it's not a lot of college rah-rah hokey stuff. He's a man's man. And not to say that Nick isn't, but I mean, and this may be age discrimination here, but I don't know if he's has the emotional intelligence to bounce back. He has not displayed that up until this point. He's had 6 weeks to kind of to slow this to stop the bleeding, and he's not done it in 6 weeks. As a matter of fact, looking at this game here, not only has he not stopped the bleeding, we've bled out. We're bled out going into the playoffs. He has not only not slowed the bleeding down, I would venture to say we've bled out, being blown out by the New York Giants. Like last week was disheartening, right? We shouldn't have lost to Arizona Cardinals. It was demoralizing. The Arizona Cardinals, a 3-12 team, didn't punt one time. Arizona didn't punt one time in that game. And I'm saying Arizona because I'm not saying the 49ers. I'm not saying the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not saying the Detroit Lions or the Chiefs or the Ravens, teams that have explosive offenses. I'm saying the Arizona Cardinals did not punt one time against us. And that was demoralizing. But this week, we bled out. We're getting blown out by the New York Giants. We allowed the New York Giants to reach their season highs in the first half. They eclipsed their season averages for points per game, yards per game, and passing yards per game, all in the first half. So not only has he not stopped the bleeding, we've bled out. He allowed the team to bleed out. This is not good as we go into the playoffs. And that's our only saving grace, is that we do have an opportunity to play on. But with the way this team has performed the last 5 weeks, the last 6 weeks, I don't see any greater collapse in the Eagles team than this. And, greater than the Chip Kelly collapse, greater than back in the 80s collapse, bigger than I think a Buddy Ryan collapse we had one year. Bigger than that, because this team was contenders. That's why it's bigger, because this team was better than those teams. Those teams started out good, right? But nobody really had any confidence that they were good. Them being good in the beginning was a surprise. So when they finally hit the wall and started to have their collapse, it was like it wasn't a big shock. But this team here was considered a contending team. So this is an even bigger collapse to go from 10-1 to 11-6. To me, this is an even bigger collapse because this team is more talented and this team had higher expectations. So we're going to see, but that's the end of the game. I'm going to go over to the post-game show. Join me over there and let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we just saw here. I really just want to go. I didn't see anything. I really want to be the monkey that didn't see anything, but we got to go talk about it. So I thank you guys for watching the game with me. I'm sorry that we have not had any entertaining games to watch for the past 6 weeks, but I do thank you guys for joining me. Now let's switch over to the post-game show. Hopefully my co-host will join me and we'll talk about what we just looked at, man. I'm your man, The Dark Knight. I'll see you guys in the post-game. Peace.